How great is today? First, let's give the commissioner a great round of applause for really a great piece of work. I want to thank the commissioner. I want to thank her team, Wahid Albert, who's here, who did a great job from DOT. Thank you very much. Kelly Cummings from my team, who quarterbacked the whole project. Thank you, Kelly. To the county executive and the mayor, thank you very much for all the cooperation. Let's give them a round of applause. And to John O'Donnell and Phil Calderon, who are doing a great job at the airport. Congratulations. This one is personal to me. I came to Albany about 40 years ago. Believe it or not, I was the young guy. I came when I started law school, lived in the Wellington Hotel. Then my father became governor in 1982 and occupied public housing, 138 Eagle Street. And then with a little gap, turned the lease over to me. I'll tell you how far back I go. When I started in politics, Mayor Corning was mayor of Albany. I'm running my father's campaign for governor. I'm like 24 years old. My father had no political support, really. He was running against the party designee. And Mayor Corning was the main political elected official who supported my father. There are a couple of others, but Mayor Corning, mayor of Albany, he was the big one. I'm the 24-year-old campaign manager. I don't know what I'm doing. And my father says, I want to have a list of endorsements who endorsed us. It's a short list. I have to put it on an index card or send it back to you. So I called Mayor Corning, and I'm nervous. I'm 24. I call Mayor Corning, and he calls me back. And, you know, it was very serious, Mayor Corning, and I'm nervous. I'm speaking to Mayor Corning. And I said, you know, Mayor Corning, we're trying to put together a list of endorsements, local officials who endorse my father. Yes. I said, I was wondering if you could help send a list of people who you know in Albany who endorse. Yes, I'll get that right out to you, son. Hang up the phone. I'm sweating. I'm nervous. Just talked to the mayor. A few days later in the mail, I get a directory of all Albany officials, like a little book of all Albany officials. And I look through the book, and it's not a mark. It's like a brand new book. I saw he didn't understand what I was saying. I call him back. I said, Mayor Corning, I'm very sorry. I miscommunicated. I was asking for a list of the city officials who endorsed my father in this governor's race. And I just got a directory of all the city officials. Yes, my son, and your confusion? That's why I don't see any marks by which ones support my father. He said, son, if they don't support your father, they're not city officials. There you go. That was my lesson in politics. So I go back a long time. This situation with the Northway, Exit 3, no Exit 3, what happened to Exit 3? There was actually a sign at one time that said, Exit 3 coming soon. Do you remember that sign? And then they just took it down because after 20 years, you have to take down the coming soon sign. But it wasn't just the Northway. It was the whole traffic configuration that was just impossible, right? The airport, first municipal airport, 1908, but it really hadn't been modernized. You know, we added to it over the years, but it wasn't really modernized. I remember driving in, the first sign was parking lot E over here with an arrow. And I said, like, what happened to A, B, C, and D? Did I miss, how did I get to parking lot E? So this situation existed for a long time. I sat down with my team and I said, you know, whatever happened to that exit 3? And they, well, it's complicated. It's exit 3, and it's not just exit 3. And then we'd have to do this and 155, and it's really exit 4. But if we do that, it was like pulling a ball of string. You know, you move this, and then you'd have to move this, and then you'd have to move this, and it's hard, and Colony, and this traffic, and this lane, and so look, yeah, but this has to be figured out. You know, this is what we have to do. I was at HUD for 8 years, worked with Mayor Jerry Jennings, Congressman McNulty back then, and I used to go into local communities as the HUD secretary, and we primarily did economic development. I said, look, it is up to you what happens in this community now, right? The old days are gone, where you had 1, 2, 3 big employers. That's gone. You're now in a transition to a new economy, and it's a competition, and it's a foot race, and it's what you do or don't do. And that is so true. And it's the hard ones that define us. And it's the hard ones that define the winners. And government all too often shies away from the hard ones, right? Because they're complicated and they're controversial and they're expensive and people are going to be upset and you have to build new roads, you have to close roads, that's traffic. I don't want to create any traffic, it's expensive, and if you do this road, this community is going to ask for this and this community is going to ask for this. So what happens? So you go 40 years going from exit 2 to exit 4, you know? But at one point you say, we're going to take it on. And the Capital District is taking it on all across the board. This, in many ways, is just a metaphor for everything that is going on, all the growth, all the advancement, because you are taking on the hard ones. So yes, we figured out the traffic, did it on time, did it on budget, government project, done. We're going to have a new airport that is going to fuel the entire region. Fuel the entire region, because that is a gateway, not just to the Capital District. Senator Betty Little, that is people who are going to the North Country come in. People who are going down to the Hudson Valley come in. It is a regional asset, and it's going to be state of the art. And that's just more of what you are doing. You look at the whole Capital District, and it is different than it was 5 years ago, 10 years ago. Look at what SUNY Albany is doing, Global Foundries, Regeneron coming in. Utica just got a new big nano company coming in. It's feeding on itself. The momentum is there. It is growing. You look at the downtown areas, how they're coming back. We were in Schenectady yesterday with Mayor McCarthy. That rebirth and the energy is coming back. Troy is coming back. Albany's coming back. You see it in the numbers. Forget the anecdotal. We started, unemployment was about 7%. Now it's about 3.5%. Tourism is up about 20%. Job growth is up. Most importantly, young people, which to me, that's the one statistic I ask. We were losing about 4% of our young people. Young people now, millennials, we're up 8% over the past decade, which means the young people are coming back, the young people are staying, and that is the future. Because they see what's going on. They see the growth, they see the rebirth, and they know that the future is here. So yes, this was hard. Yes, a lot of people had to work very hard to make this happen, and to get it done right, and to get it done on time. But that's what makes us winners, and that's what makes the Capital District a winner. And this whole new road network is going to lead to a new first-class airport that is going to benefit everyone in this room and every community within hundreds of miles. We want to have an internationally competitive region. And that's what we have. We have people flying in here now from all over the world. I'm meeting with people who fly in from Dubai. You know, this, when they land at our airport and they see the Capital District region, they have to say, wow, wow, these people have their act together. This is a region I want to invest in. This is a region with a future. And they're going to be right. And that's what we're building towards. To give you the new airport is going to be ready this spring. Promise, promise, promise. Phil and John. They said if it's not done in the spring, they will vacate the state of New York. Let's give them a round of applause for that kind of... How about that kind of commitment, huh? How about that kind of confidence in your work product? And to give you a small sample, for those of you who can't wait until the spring, we're going to give you a little unveiling just to whet your appetite of what we're looking at. It's no longer going to be the first thing you see when you drive into the airport is parking lot E. We're going to solve that riddle also. And I'm going to ask Phil Calderon and John O'Donnell to come up and join me and unveil a little taste of what the new airport's going to look like. Give them a round of applause. We hope you're still New Yorkers next summer, for all our sakes. And we have some of the people who actually worked on the project. And as we said, it came in on budget, came in actually 1 year early. So they really worked. They really worked. And we're going to, let's enjoy some lunch and let's thank the workers who actually made it happen. Thank you all for being here.